Hello again, dear viewer, and welcome back to a little bit more of that Risk of Rain 2. You know the drill by now. Still going for that clear. After all this time, still going for that clear. I've been going for NG the last couple times, but I think another character is in order. I haven't played Acrid in a while. Let's go with that. And let's try this this new Ravenous Bite with that healing property that they gave to a bunch of Acrid's moves this patch. Hey. Oh, dude, get out of here. It's so rude. Either way, Acrid got a couple nice buffs this patch. The third auto attack and the auto attack chain, as well as the little bite move I have on the mouse too here. Both got a property where they regenerate 10% of your HP, which is pretty nice. It means you're a little tankier in melee range, which is good, because beforehand, the bite was not really as good as the consistent range damage that came from the poison spit. So now adding that little bit of extra regenerative property on top of it makes it a lot easier to use for that. And gives you a little bit of extra healing for staying in melee range, which you're going to want to do quite a lot when you are using the bite. And, you know, it's nice to have Ravenous Bite as sort of more of an option now, at least on paper, you know. I haven't actually used the new Ravenous Bite since the patch hit, but it's definitely, based on patch notes and what I was reading about it, it's definitely a bit of definitely an improvement. Using a lot of jumbled sentences. Need to get my lips under me. That sounds kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe a little bit sexual, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, you can get out of here. Oh yeah, 2 bites feels really good. And that's always been something with Acrid, is because Acrid's Mouse 2 has such a short cooldown. Secondary magazine is really nice on them. Like, it's good on like Artificer, because Artificer's Mouse 2 does just a load of damage, but the Lizard Mouse 2 just has a really, really short cooldown. And both of the skills are very useful in that context. Honestly, with the way Bite works now, it might be more viable to go for the Blight. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. I will take a first floor Brainstalks. Brainstalks is a bit of a difficult red to use properly, because the duration is so short. I find it difficult to pin down exactly when that's going to be happening, you know, and when it's so short of a duration, I don't know. There's a utility chest underneath this 3D printer. How strange. Less perceptive person wouldn't have even noticed it. Okay, thanks, Change Shrine. Yeah, honestly, here on this first floor, with the new regen buffs, we should be super good with our, like, you know, just getting the tankiness going. Oh my god, like, yeah, actually, if we can get, like, enough charges of this Mouse 2 with the regen property, it's probably going to be a really big deal for our sustain. And that is something I hadn't really considered. Like, even if we do opt for the Visions of Heresy, which I'm really not certain about, honestly. I might not go for the Visions of Heresy just to experiment with this new, like, melee style of Acrid. But, I worry about our chances of that when we get to the final boss. Although, I guess, if we do go for a Visions of Heresy, we will have issues on the final boss regardless, because the final boss will be taking one of our items for that last phase. Anyway, let's just resort to some good old Acrid cheese. I think at this point it's safe to call it tech, because it hasn't been patched out for this long. So this is tech now. this little stutter step tech. Oh, brain stalks. Give me the munch. I'm gonna munch. Oh, okay. Never mind. Brain stalks is good. Ignore everything I said before. Brain stalks is really good because I get to chomp. I get to chomp. To eat folks. The attack speed from this war banner is very nice. I should get some of my own. Yeah, the 2 chomps also feels like thematically appropriate, you know? It's my first day off work this week, so I'm nice and energetic. Feels good. Nice to be out in the sun without having to worry about work, you know? I'm not traditionally a sun guy. I am incredibly pale. Very easy to burn me. My sour cream ass, you know? But, that doesn't mean I can't get out and appreciate the sunlight every once in a while, you know? And, it wasn't too hot today. It's definitely still within the balmy range. But, you know, definitely workable. Yeah, get out of here. Ooh, I will take a tri-tip dagger. Tri-tip dagger is important on Acrid in general. Outside of the context of the new bleed buffs, which are also very good. Acrid has always wanted that little bit of damage to seal the deal, so to speak, on like the poison and stuff. So having the chance to proc a bleed to get that little bit of extra damage has always been useful. Oh, glasses. Well, if I must. And focus crystals are actually good for us. I should keep that in mind, because I don't play a ton of melee characters. Oh my god. 99. Okay, I'm really glad I didn't miss. I don't even know what was it. Oh, wait, no, it was a focus crystal. I guess there were no bad outcomes there, but the glasses were really the thing I wanted still. Oh, jump. Fine, I'll use that kind of jump. I love it. I love just the Oh. I don't know. It's a very hard feeling to describe, you know? It's just you know? I'm enjoying my time on this lizard man. Or maybe he was just a lizard. Above my pay grade. I just play video games for the internet, you know. I don't care if either of these go, although honestly the Leeching Seed was the one I wanted to see less of, so I guess I'll do both. Why not? The Bite should be able to proc this, right? Maybe on lower health, because it does do up to triple damage on lower health. Damn, that's 930% on a 2-second cooldown? If it wasn't melee range, it would be ridiculous. Are you kidding? Okay. I guess we're cooldown, boys. I wish it was Artificer. We are pretty far behind pace, but it was to get that, so I think it's worth it. Alien Head is a pretty damn good red. So, like, any character could benefit from it. But, you know, we're not one of the characters with the highest amount of cooldowns in the world. Ah, there it is. And we crit. Honestly, critting the Kajaro's band is so big. Such a huge damage. Yeah, yes, I can use words. I speak the English. Very big, huge damage. Very nice. Feels good. Okay, let me eat. Thank you. Let me eat. Thank you. Num 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 num. Oh, I love characters with self-sustain. I play so many squishies. I play so many squishies just all the time in this game, so it's really nice to just have like a nice chill, like acrid or multi-run, you know, where you can just kind of take hits and not worry too much about it. Rex gets there too. Let me eat you. Let me eat you. It feels so it feels so mischievous, you know, to like bite at someone like that. It's like I'm an angry little dog trying to, I don't know. But like, oh. Hellfire Tincture. And I think I do want that, because we're going into Stage 3, and having that for Stage 4 will be nice, and so will having this Aurelionite. I hope it doesn't mess this up if we go to the Void, which we're definitely going to do, by the way. Acrid's natural regen is freaking big. We have a Hellfire Tincture, we have multiple bands, we have 2 reds, like, there's no reason we can't go to the Void. We have a really good set. Like, Acrid's natural regeneration combined with the new generation buffs that you got, you know, and the Bite to help us, like, keep our stuff. Solace Probes are, literally one of the worst enemy types, though. So that's a bit annoying. But if we get a single Razor Wire from this, we are online. Because we have that Hellfire Tincture Razor Wire engine we can use for some radial damage. I would like more daggers, honestly. Because right now I only have a 15% chance to proc a bleed, and because that bleed is our only consistent way to kill enemies from a distance, and to kill enemies that have been poisoned, then it can be kind of hard. Although, the minor changes they made under the hood to the movement skills have made the jump a lot better, so I'm underestimating just how well I can do. Oh, I love that brain stalks are like these weird little whiskers that come off of the bottom of your head. Like your little snout, I guess. Come here! Gah! Fine. Die that way instead. Ooh. Topaz Brooch is fine. Repulsion Armor Plate. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. No, it will. Because my poison only does 1 now. Well. This is a pickle. But it's fine, as long as they keep dropping down far enough that I can use my bite on them and get that regen. It is regenerative, yeah. Yeah, poison is regenerative. Ooh, crit. As long as I keep moving fast enough that their tracking is not hitting me, then I will have an easier time. Come here! Yeah, now you're back on my level. Give me some health. Okay. Cautious Slug is fine. Not a thrilling set of whites, but, you know, join the club. Both the brooch and the slug, but especially the slug, are good candidates for scrap. So, you know, even the worst items are fine now because of the scrap roast mechanics. Well, now I have Lemurians, which will be very good for our health bar. As long as we keep munching, we should be able to sustain ourselves. And you know I'm a muncher. You know I'm digging that munch. I love that the bite is more of an option. Because I honestly, I like the bite a little more than the spit. I think it's got like a nice chunk to it. But like you needed that range option before, and like you still kind of do. But now that the benefit for using the chomp is so much better, you know, rather than just like good damage, it's like a regen as well. It makes it a lot more interesting as a choice, because you get to stay in melee range longer because you get that extra regen. And like regenerating, it's 10% of your health over 1 second. So regenerating 10% of your health every time you press mouse 2 is a pretty good amount. Like, especially considering your next best option is finishing your attack chain, which takes a good while. Like, that almost takes 2 seconds on its own at base attack speed. It's, but it's like probably closer to 1.5, but, you know, splitting hairs. Oh, Sticky Bomb was not exactly super fortunate, because the Soulless probes are pretty good at utilizing on-hit effects. I'm hearing the crowbar sound. Come here. Oh my god. Oh, okay, there's a Sticky Bomb. Oh, yep, there's another one. Luckily, it's based on the damage that it dealt on the hit, which is really low on the Soulless probes. So yeah, I guess we could probably just deal with the Soulless probes, because there's not really a way we're practically going to be able to kill them easily, because neither our Contagion, like, hit nor our Poison does enough damage to really threaten them. That's fine. Ooh, third bite is very nice. Like, you know, if you think about it, every single bite we get is another 10% of our health we can burst heal. So, that's 30% of our health we can just get back at a moment's notice if we're fighting, like, a boss, you know? Like, say we fight a Vagrant, and we take that big AoE hit, and we're left at, like, 20 or 30%. We are now at 50 or 60%, which is a pretty big deal. Ooh, Lesser Wisps. Hopefully that's something that dislikes our Contagion hit more. Oh my god, the luckiest Lemurian on the planet, but okay. Okay, the Wisps are still able to resist the poison, but nowhere close to as well as the Soulless probes did. Okay, this is where I need to start munching and crunching. Oh my god, the munch, the crunch. Ah, okay. Yeah, that was a really unfortunate set of void items. Damn. Okay, one more. I'm really feeling this acrid stuff still. See, like, I don't know. The blight feels like it's worse. Like the 60% damage rather than the percentage health. Like, percentage health damage is such a valuable utility to me. Like, like, so many enemies in this game get so tanky that having, like, persistent damage that's based on the maximum health is really nice. Especially for, like, bosses and stuff. Okay. Monster Tooth is probably the preferred item there, which is weird say now, but it's true. Like, Monster Tooth will get us further. Because the slug is flat HP. But yeah, what went wrong there? Solace probes. Getting Solace probes in the void with our current feature set, and then getting the incredibly unlucky roll of the reinforced armor plate as well. Actually, I'll take the one. I'll take one. Because it works on void damage now. And we can avoid basically all of our suffocation damage if we go to the void. Which I do want to do whenever possible. Speaking of, there it is. This is a very nice, easy new shrine to find. It spawns there. Ah, I want my extra charges now. It feels so wrong. Ooh, repulsion plate works on burning damage. I should tell Rax that. Rax does not enjoy burning damage. I wish it, like, reset its cooldown when you killed something with it. I know that's, like, beggars can't be choosers, right? But I think if the cooldown reset if you killed something with it, that would be neat. The bite, I should specify. Yeah, taste my damage over time skills. Ah! Huh. There we go. What's in the big chest? Red! Dio! Hey, what can I say? You know, you get a red, you get a red. You get a red on the first floor 2 times in a row. You get a red 2 times in the first floor. In a row. That's just how it is, you know? And in terms of power boost, like, Dio's is technically not very good. There are circumstances where you will just not use it, you know? And in that case, like, as good as Dio's is, if you're not getting the value out of it, you might as well be using nothing. That might be a bit of a hot take, but I don't know. Like, it's still a good item. It's a lot more dangerous to get now because of the final boss, but as long as you make sure you die fast enough, then it's no trouble. Either way, Acrid with the bite is one of those characters that has really good boss damage, so we shouldn't have any trouble with this Stone Titan. Leeching Seed again. Leeching Seed, there's not a lot of characters in this one, I think, that really benefit off of Leeching Seed. Like, Multi is the biggest exception, because the nail gun's fire rate is so nuts. And, like, once you get enough of Commando's fire rate, that is also a pretty good source of regen, but I don't know, you need a lot of attack speed on most characters to make Leeching Seed really pay off, in my experience. Let me eat the wisps. I wonder what they taste like. They probably taste like wood, I would imagine. I don't know, are they like wooden masks, or is it like some kind of weird spirit thing where it's like, don't think about it too hard? Either way. Blue portal, right. Let's hope I actually got that and it doesn't make anything weird. Okay, thank you. Alright, going into the void with a repulsion armor plate, a Jaro's band, and a Dio's is just about as good as you can ask for. And you know what? I'm doing it. Ooh, I'll take this. I don't have enough items. Never mind. I thought I was going to take that 50-50, but I actually can't. Okay, actually the same setup as last time. Feels good. And we can almost out-regen the Hellfire Tincture, so we don't need to worry too much about the fact that we are using it on cooldown with Gesture of the Drowned. Okay, yeah, this is actually a really good start for a melee run. Like, even without the Dios, if we just had the Kajaro's Band, the Reinforced Plate, the Leeching Seed Gesture, and the Hellfire Tincture, I would be super happy. Like, the only thing that's even close to a dud item here is the Leeching Seed. And, like, if we get a Razor Wire, we will have that hit rate that we're looking for. I suppose that's what I always miss when I evaluate items in the context of their characters, is that there are quite a few items that you don't need to worry about your character's kit to use, because, like, you know, Razor Wire will hit everything for you, so you don't need to worry about your hit rate as much, etc., etc. But, you know, I think it's worthwhile to evaluate an item within the vacuum context of a character's kit, because you don't guarantee to have the items that you'll need to synergize properly. Hellfire Tincture's so big now. It used to be like half this size. You can see the sort of circle on the ground, and then there's like an aura around me when I look down as well. It's so big now. They like doubled or tripled its size this patch. And honestly, I thought Hellfire Tincture was strong enough as is. It's one of the stronger damage items to have around. But it does do damage to you, and I guess that was enough of a downside that they considered it worth buffing. But I don't know, I never thought the damage that Hellfire Tincture did to you was that much of an issue, you know? Okay, Soldier Syringe. We're gonna have a lot of fireballs flying at us. Oh my god. They shoot so fast. Hold on. Can I find... Yeah, come here. Shoot shit at me. Oh my god. Whack, 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 whack. Wow! Look at him go! Little bastard. You go. You go, you funky little lizard. Oh, so many fireballs. This is gonna get so nuts with more enemies. But yeah, there's no better place to start learning to jump. Oh my god. It is hot. You know it's hot when you've got like a fan on you and you're in your house and you're still like, ugh, you know? It's really annoying, honestly. I'm much better at dealing with cold. You know, because, like, it makes sense, right? Because you can bundle up when it's cold. You can just, like, get something warm around you. But there's no, like, reverse insulation. Like, refrigeration is not something you can just kind of wear. That's something you have to, like, take effort to do. And our house does not have air conditioning. So the best thing we've got is, like, a couple box fans. And, like, an AC unit that we can pull out, but it takes some setup, you know? And, it's heavy, so we keep it downstairs, and I work upstairs. So, hot air rises and all that, and, I don't see a lot of the benefit that comes from our cooling efforts downstairs. But I do what I can, you know. It's nice and cool in the nighttime, and that is the reward for dealing with the day. Is once the sun goes down and it starts cooling off, it's nice and breezy, and I get to like put my fan inside. It's oof, it feels so good after a long day, especially when I went to work that day. I'm in the heat all day. Ah, okay, geez, repulsion armor plate again. Luckily, we do have the Hellfire Tincture. And that will do so much damage. Yeah, you can see it's doing 70. And we only have 10 seconds of downtime with this gesture on, which is pretty nice. So, like, a fuel cell will probably get us down to 100% tincture uptime, which is actually pretty good. Like, one gesture and one fuel cell for full power is, not a bad situation. Definitely something you would ask for if given the opportunity. But our enemy set is really not that threatening. The alloy vultures hurt, but they haven't started scaling too hard yet, and their projectiles are pretty slow. So we aren't feeling too much pressure from them. Okay, fireworks. In most circumstances, fireworks are more or less neutral, but honestly, like, fireworks, if they get you a single kill, have already paid for themselves, in my view. Okay. Imps. Awesome, actually. Yeah, try me. Try me, I will set you on fire. If an imp tries to step to me, they're gonna get a face full of tincture, baby. Unless they're in my downtime, which this one specifically is. But not for long! Die! There it is. Aw. I had to itch my neck real quick, and that was just enough time for this alloy vulture to sneak in a shot. But it's okay. I wish I had, like a fungus. To establish dominance. I think using fungus mid-fight as a character that is an engineer is like the equivalent to T-posing on something. Why don't more games have T-pose emotes? Like, you know, when a game's pandering to its audience, it likes to put in dad emotes, and like that's cool and all, but like, where's the frickin'... What was I even saying? I don't even know what I was saying, dude. It's so hard to keep track. T-pose, fuck, okay, yeah. Where's my frickin' T-pose emote, dude? That's way more funny than the dab ever was. I just wanna frickin'... Like, you've already got it. Most of the time when you model things, you use the T-pose in some fashion. It would be negative work to put it in, and it's hilarious. I love T-poses. I think it's the abstraction from the intent, you know, where like a character that's supposed to be like living and moving or in some form is just like in their most bare reference form, you know. I think that's a very nice paradigm, you know. Not a lot of internet jokes are super funny, so we take what we can get these days. I don't know. I guess I'm just jaded about memes. I think I've talked about this before, but, you know. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Now that we're in our current age of internet humor, you know, I'm looking back and I'm like, were memes ever actually good? Because, like, you know, we kind of cringe at them a lot these days. And, like, we were all there, so we all know, you know, we were all over 9,000 together, and we got bases, they belonged to us and all that. And like, you know, those are classics. Those have gone down in history as like classic memes. But honestly, it's just a Dragon Ball reference, you know? And like, now I'm getting annoyed at memes that's like, oh, that's just a reference. So like, I don't know. Maybe memes were never good. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe that was the point. But I don't know, people take memes so freaking seriously these days, dude. And it's like, I don't know. It feels like a thing, you know? Back in the day, it felt like memes were just kind of something people on image boards did for fun, and now it's like a game, you know? It's like there's this whole deal about like reposting and karma farming, and it's like people just laugh at the jokes. It's not that complicated. I don't know. I guess it's, it depends on how much ownership you put into it, you know? I understand if it's, like, something you put a lot of work into, like a really high-quality video or something, but, like, it doesn't take a ton of effort to just look up a meme format or blank the format yourself and, like, use whatever text you want to put in there. Like, it's not super hard to make a Drake meme. know? So, like, getting all, like, possessive over stuff like that, I don't know. It's, not something that I can relate to. But, you know, I appreciate the meme culture, and there are still quite a few that, I get a good chuckle out of. I enjoyed this, like, blonde guy yes meme before it kind of became about, how girls are weird, which sometimes memes tend to. And, like, you know, it's fine. It's just less funny. It's less funny. You know, this, like, it was sort of about accepting the flaws in the things that you like, at least in the methods, or the uses I saw. And I think that's an interesting paradigm for a meme. You know, a lot of memes are just talking about opinions or whatever, but, you know, you don't see a lot about, like, hey, I know this is bad, but I still like it anyway. She's like, I don't know, a little bit introspective for internet, you know? Internet is very, very heavy on the id. I'm sure people notice. See, putting long pauses after, like... Oh, jeez. I think I'm dead. Because, like, Tesla Coil is literally the worst thing to get in the Void, regardless of who you are. So, like, I am not sure if I will be able to survive this, all things considered, because we don't have viable ranged options. Our only ranged option is very limited in its usefulness. Although, we did get, like, the luckiest possible spawn for this, and we're already basically halfway through without too much threat. We're getting poked by these wisps, and it's probably going to be an issue. Okay, tactical retreat. Am I dead? Yes. Ah! Dios. Okay, if we just get back in here, we might be able to tank it. I don't think we're going to be able to outdo it, so we just have to stay alive for long enough that the Tesla coils don't kill us. Oh my god, this is so stressful. Nope, yep, that was it. The void. The void. Okay. Okay. One more. This might be a long one. If this run goes long, this is gonna be a long-ass video. But I want to do one more, and I want to make this bite work. You know, the poison would have been super useful there, because if we'd managed to be able to kill the wisps off before they were able to get close to us, then we would have been fine. But honestly, I think part of it is just that we've gotten Repulsion Armor Plate both times, and Repulsion Armor Plate is a really good item for the monsters to get against specifically accurate. Because of the damage-dealing methods accurate employs, I should say. Implies is a different thing. The jump is so wonky. I have a hard time sometimes. I'm sure you can see it in the void there. It's ironic, because this used to be, like, one of the lamer mobility skills before it scaled off your sprint speed properly, and now it's, like, really good. Fling yourself, and I'm really surprised sometimes. Okay. Meat's fine. But, like, yeah, I don't know. It's been hard. It's been hard, like, growing up with the internet. Because, you know, a lot of things that felt super genuine about the internet sort of, not necessarily left us, but more so been pushed aside. You know, there's less of these, like, very small communities, like web forums and things, and we've sort of gravitated towards media aggregation sites and other sorts of social media platforms. But, like, you know, back in the days of, like, web forums where the only algorithm you had was how much people were talking, you know? I don't know, it's probably rose-tinted glasses, but, you know, I feel like that was at least a lot simpler and a lot more fair than whatever, like, funky algorithm stuff modern social media has going on. Like, I don't know, I feel like that was a simpler option. option, but I understand how it's exploitable, you know, and it probably doesn't work on a scale that's as large as modern social media does, but I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Are you kidding? Listen! I'll take these reds. I'll take these first floor reds. I'll be happy about it. But, like, come on. I'm gonna, like, people are gonna think I'm cheating or something. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. You come here. Chomp. I will chomp you. Don't test me. Okay, I guess we're going to the teleporter. If we get a grounded boss, we're fine. If we get Wandering Vagrant, we're a little scared. Actually, this gunner turret. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Burping. Burpees. Hey! Okay. I got the Wandering Vagrant specifically because... Or I got the gunner turret specifically because we might get Wandering Vagrant. And that'll be useful for dealing with aerial targets, which I am not currently good at. You need to get in such a weird position to do melee stuff to this boss. I hope I don't die. Yeah, alright, only about half. That's nice. Oof. Yeah, the damage that the bite does is impressive. Oh, get this out of here. Alright, now we cause chaos. Now that we're done with the hard part, we can poison all of the enemies around us and utilize our gunner turret to great effect. As long as we stay around the turret and we can soften things up for it, we'll probably do pretty well. I think one of the next steps forward for this game, there's a red item, I don't remember exactly what it's called, it's like the Ancient Scepter, I believe, in the first game, that upgrades your R skill. It's nothing huge, it's just like minor improvements. But I think we could use something like that in this game. I think it'd be cool to do it on the shift abilities, so like the accurate puddle, I don't know, like doubles in size or something. And like Artificer's Ice Wall is longer, and the missiles are like have a splash radius or something. Like I think there's some fun design space you could explore there, giving minor upgrades to existing skills. Did we get the Newt Shrine there, or was that an RNG spawn? Because that was very fortunate. Okay. Listen. I'm tired of dying to the void. Oh, I wish so much. I super wish. In fact, okay. Yeah, I probably... If I was thinking about it more, it would have been smart to scrap the band and exchange it for that clover, but who knows? Maybe we'll find it again. I'm more concerned about getting it done. We are going to take that Visions of Heresy. Like, we might take the opportunity to use the cleansing pool to cleanse it later, but Visions of Heresy, at least for the time being, is going to be very, very, very essential for us. And we picked up the Gamer Juice as well. I don't know if we're really going to want to use it too much, but I do want it as insurance, essentially, because I've died to the void twice this episode, and I would really like my gamer cred to remain in the green this episode, because dying twice in a row to stage 2 void is like super feels bad, man. But as long as we don't get the freaking reinforced armor plate or whatever, it should be okay. And Visions of Heresy is pretty good, so. Oh, come on. Come on! Just die already, thank you. Yeah. I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I would think I really like Visions of Heresy, but these ones that have, like, the cooldowns that reset when you shoot them, like, the Scrap Cannon does this too, but with multi, it's not as much of an issue, because you can just swap off. But, like, the ones that reset the cooldown when you use a charge are really funky to me. It doesn't work like Artificer's Mouse 1 does, and I honestly kind of think they should. But, like, I don't know, I get it with Visions, because Visions is really strong, actually. Like, 120% damage, what is essentially a machine gun, you know? 12 shots in the clip on a 2-second cooldown. It's fine. It's pretty alright. But, you know, I do kind of wish that they would recharge like that. Although if they did, with the current fire rate, it would not expend all of its charges in time, which is probably why they do that, like they do now, actually. Well, whatever. Do it for the scrap launcher too, I guess. I don't know. It's not an issue necessarily. It's just an inconvenience. Would probably be the best way to phrase it. Because, like, you know, charge-based primary fires not all working the same is a bit strange. But for Artificer, it's absolutely critical that your Mouse 1 work like that. So I understand. Energy drink. Extra jump. Look at that. Oh my god, we're flinging ourselves. Okay, let's take a little bit of time to regen here. I'm bored now. Puddles. Fear my puddles. Hey. I see you. I can angle my stuff. Yeah, look at that lead. Pro Artificer player right here. Ignore the fact that they're homing. Don't think about it. I think that was a full hit. Looked like one to me. There's a couple there, but who's counting? The bite is so nasty, too. Like, once we get these people down with visions, then we'll... I wonder how the final boss interacts with Visions of Heresy, because I know it has a move that is like a bunch of spikes that it shoots out. So, like, Visions of Heresy is already sort of along those lines in terms of the fire mode, you know? Stun grenade is fine. Honestly, if you took a drink every time I said an item is fine, you would probably die. Like, this episode, I've said it like 5 or 6 times, and I'm sure it's one of the common turns of phrase that I'm using this for the rest of this time. Because, the rest of the time. Because, it's a nice, convenient word to slot in when I'm losing track of my sentence. I don't know. You know, when you're commentating over something like this, you start to think about how you talk a lot. And, you know, that's not something people often do. Like, thinking about language in general. You know, back when I was still in college, I wanted to major in linguistics, because I think language is very interesting. The way language changes over time and, you know, all that. And I think you can learn a lot of very interesting things from the way people communicate. You know, so, you know, that's a very interesting area of study, and I feel like it's an area of study that not a lot of people think about. So, you know, I think it's neat, basically. Anyway, we're doing fine on this Void Run. We have one more white item to go, and we have not gotten anything that scares me yet. Stone Golems is fine. In fact, it's more than fine, because it's yet another one of the slower enemy types. And unlike the mushrooms, those guys don't have any non-line-of-sight artillery fire, which can, like, one-shot you if you're not careful. The stun grenade we got earlier is going to be very nice for the Buffalo. I'm pressing R, like, trying to reload my Visions of Heresy, as if that's the thing that you do in this game. But, you know, dots aren't bad. More dots is good, as, 10-year-old Flash animation once told me. God, is my boomer showing? Is that a boomer-ass reference now? I don't know. I don't know. No shame in getting older, really. It just means you were, you know, it's just different. I don't know. People like to talk about things on a sliding scale, you know, on like a linear set. But the reality is, like, the majority of things are not like that. Are not that easy. You know? Like, when it comes to mental abnormalities, let's say. Like, it's tempting to say disabilities, but it's not always true, you know? Because, like, with things like ADHD and, to a similar extent, like autism and the like, it's less that the brain is less functional. It's more that the brain is perfectly functional, but it's allocated differently, you know? Like, you know, an ADHD mind does not have an easy time dealing with, like, shifting focus and things like that. But if you get in a groove, you know, you'll find that an ADHD person can often get really efficient and really well, like, really well optimized and stuff like that. And it's really just a matter of the context and the perspective, you know? So, like, it's not that any particular set of traits is better, it's just that they're better at different things, you know? And, you know, I guess it's sort of the perspective. You know, it's all about the way you look at the world. And, how much of your, you know, keep being aware of how much of your thinking is, holistic, you know, coming straight from you, and how much of your view is influenced or straight up given to you by, influenced by or straight up given to you by your surroundings, your culture, or whatever, you know. And just trying to, you know, keep track of your biases and stuff, and, like, check yourself. Try to stay aware of yourself. But I don't know, that's sort of a bigger, headier topic. But, you know. I don't know. It's kind of weird talking about all this stuff, because, like, people come here for a video game, not a lecture on mindfulness. But it's, you know, it's a hard time right now for a lot of people. And I think that the reminders are important, you know, to stay positive and do your best and be kind, you know. I don't remember, I read it somewhere, I'm sure, but I don't remember exactly where. Do good recklessly. And I think those are good words of advice. Is, you know, being kind is an active choice, and you need to make it. And, you know, but I don't know. I find that I tend to have a very different perspective on things like that. Like, I'm not really that mad if I get scammed for small amounts of money. Like, I don't know, like, for instance, I had a lady come up to me at work one day, and she was talking about how she was out of money and she needed X amount of gas to try and get to her mom's place for whatever reason, you know? And so, like, I took the 11 bucks I had in tips in my wallet, and I got that much gas for her, and I sent her on her way. And, like, yeah, there was a non-zero possibility that was just a scam, and she just got 11 bucks of free gas. But the way I see it, if it's fake, good on her, she's 11 bucks richer. And if it's real, then I legitimately just helped someone in their time of need, and that's great. So, like, either I get annoyed about potentially or literally getting scammed for $11, or I can rest assured knowing that this person, I just helped this person in in a very stressful situation, you know. And the social cues I was getting were definitely not the type that people easily fake. So, if she was a scammer, she was a damn good scammer, basically. But you know, I'm sure the alternative is true. I don't know. It's just when you're so involved in the internet, like I am, and you see the discourse and everything about like the current year and the virus and all that, you know, it can be disheartening. I feel like I'm talking in circles a little bit this episode, but I don't know, I'm feeling pretty calm. It's nice to speak my mind about these things, you know? And so, like, you know, all sorts of people are in all sorts of difficult situations right now, and I would like to, you know, that's why I always that's why I always start my outro with, if my commentary improved your day, because that's really what I'm out here for. I'm not necessarily out here to make the most amazing, phenomenal content you've ever seen in your life, you know. But if I improve your day even a little bit, then I am succeeding. And that is reassuring for me. Let's get this fresh meat out of here. And oh man, I think the predatory goes. If I had to pick, predatory instincts is the less important green there. Okay. So there's always a newt shrine on this stage, but I'm going to check the other spawns that I know of. We might lose a little bit of time on this floor, but I think getting our newt shrine is important, because potentially getting a second Divisions of Heresy is a pretty big deal. And I think that getting a free red from the red printer using this green scrap bug is going to help our run quite a lot. If we can get Jester of the Drowned, we have a fuel cell along with it. Oh, awesome. It's in the easy spawn. So hopefully we can get some good uptime on the Spinal Tonic. Blue orb. Good to go. And that's good, because we did just hit the 7-minute mark. I want to get this big chest, I think, before moving on. But I don't have need for much else. Do we take a Hellfire Tincture over the Spinal Tonic? I don't think so, not with Visions, at least. If we didn't have Visions of Heresy, I would be taking Hellfire Tincture over the Spinal Tonic for sure, because we have this Razor Wire. And I think the Hellfire Tincture plus Razor Wire is more interesting, at the very least. Because, like, the Spinal Tonic is really, 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 really good. And that's fine. It's really, really, really good. You know, I'm not going to complain about that. But it does make things, in my view, a little bit easy and a little bit samey as well. So I want to, you know, we'll have plenty of time to use the Gamer Juice. But, so I want to use the Gamer Juice in, I don't want to use it all the time, you know. Because there's plenty of other equipment items out there. And over-centralizing on Spinal Tonic is not a very interesting way to play. And if you're going to play like a trillion runs of this game, like 200 hours or so like I have, then, you know, it's worth it to mix it up. You know, even if you do sort of throw the run, if you did something fun and zany, that's way more fun to lose a zany run than to win a busted run. I don't know. The way people in large groups operate is always perplexing. But nice. Brainstocks does reset the cooldown on Visions, which is actually a huge deal if we get like another Brainstocks, if that is even feasible, then we would probably be pretty lit with our Visions of Heresy. That is a second Visions, which is nice. We do want one of those. I don't care about Dios. Gonna be real. So I'm gonna skip it. I already have a Dios. One is enough. I don't need 3 lives, especially because I've already put 2 runs in this video, and I only have so much hard drive space. Being real. So unfortunately, we're not doing anything fun. We've already been to the Void. We didn't get any items we wanted. Well, we got one of the items we wanted. That's good. Rally point. Let's head up this way. See if the new shrine spawned up here early, I suppose. Yeah, gunner turret. Gunner turret doing work. I don't know if they buffed the drones and turrets yet, because I know drones and turrets have historically not been very good in the scaling department, and I know that Captain has some kind of interaction with drones via like their passive or something. But I don't know if they've addressed drones as a whole as a result of that, or if it's just like I've heard, I think it was when I was on video with Raps where he noticed how much damage the big old drone that spawns on the stage was doing when I got it. And I don't know if that's just not being used to it, or if they genuinely did buff the drone, or if it's just because we were on Rainstorm at the time, and Monsoon is generally the standard by which most people talk about this game's balance, which is kind of ironic considering that it's literally not the way the game was meant to be played. But, you know, really it doesn't matter that much, because like the only thing that scales is the difficulty itself. And the only thing the difficulty setting changes is how fast that happens. So, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Not only is it a red from a small chest, it is also the specific red that I was just saying, man, it would be nice to have a second one of these. Alright, well now we're like really popping. And as far as I'm aware, no monsters are really affected by this cooldown item. So I don't think the final boss will benefit from it either. And even if they did, like, there's no elites to kill. I don't have the equipment. And if we did have Wake of Vultures, which is a non-zero possibility by the end of the run, there are no elite variants of me to kill. So there's no elite variants for them to copy. Hey. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Whoa. Why was it a micro jump the first time and a massive elite the second? I don't understand. Okay. What am I doing? I have like $700 and I'm not opening anything. Oh, I got distracted by the Shrine of Combat. That's what happened. I should get out of here soon, but we have lots of money. 95. Protective Dagger is nice. That is one of the bands. I hope it's Runald's. It seems to be. Yes, it is! Ooh. Love those dual bands. I mean, I guess I'll take a shot at this quick. Back up. Okay. Well, at least the decision's easy. Lunar Pod. Do we really want much from a Lunar Pod? I guess we want a Gesture still. If we can get Gamer G sometime, then we will be unstoppable, I'm pretty sure. Because if we kill an elite, we have infinite mouse 1, which is sort of, honestly, kind of my primary concern, is that we have to pause in between our sets of Visions of Heresy. But with the brain stocks, we're gonna be nice and chill. Look at that duration, yo, it lasts so long now. I don't know how that scales. Brain stocks is one of the red items I get the least most of the time, so it's been really nice to be getting it so much lately. I need to do more Artificer runs. I think the next thing I'm going to do is actually going to be my Artificer skin roundup after I'm done with all of the 1.0 stuff. Getting my clear, getting the captain, the first captain run in. Yes. Yes, cooldowns are gone. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. My references have been so all over the place. It's hard. You know, generations are BS anyway. Like, the concept of generations has basically, if it wasn't invented to, it has become just an excuse to complain about the young people. But like, I don't know, it feels weird. I feel intergenerational in that way. Where it's like, I don't know. I like Gucci Gang and the Beverly Hillbillies theme song. It's weird. But like, I don't know. Is it that weird? I don't think it is. It's just that people don't present themselves as complicated as they are. You know? So, it can be hard to get a sense of how normal any given person is. It's because the concept of normal is usually defined by the majority, I guess. Or some political stuff like that. I don't know. I had an episode that got a lot more deeply into the political discourse area, and I'm not sure if I'll ever release it, because honestly it's a bit of a bummer, and the runs weren't that great anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's been on the brain lately. You know, because of the news mostly. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you for bleeding me. I will take that 3 damage. No. No! Dios! Oh, thank God for Dios. Yo, Shatter Spleen. Shatter Spleen is so huge. I love Shatter Spleen. Honestly, I think Shatter Spleen is my favorite, like, new yellow. I don't know if it's my favorite new item, but it's my favorite new yellow for sure. Look at that! Look at that! Come on! Shatter Spleen's cool. I wish there was some kind of visual indicator when you died that you had it. Or maybe, like, when you reach 1 HP, it, like, turns you invincible for a little while and regenerates all of your health over the course of, like, a second. So it's more visually indicated. Because they don't sort the... Like, the only sorting that they do on the item section is by the order of appearance, you know? So if you've gotten your Dios early on in the run and you die super late, it's often really hard to remember that you even have it. And I've lost runs before because I didn't realize I had a Dios and I just stood still in the middle of a firefight, you know? Because once you get late enough in a game, like after that invuln period is out, if you're not moving, you're dead, you know? Unless you have, like, the most fungus of any human being in existence. Do the dual bands show up on the same hand on Acrid? Oh, that's weird. Oh, does he wear them like rings? I don't know if they're actually... Are they rings? I always thought they were bracelets. I don't know. I always thought Kajara's and Ronald's bands were bracelets, but I know that bracelets are sometimes referred to as bands in certain contexts. Visions of Heresy is really nice for Acrid. Okay, this is a boss. I'm gonna use the Gamer Juice. Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage. Guess that's what the Gamer Juice is for. Whoa. Whoa! This movement, homie. Oh, unlucky. Hit the 20%. That's okay, though. Hubris. If we get a clover in the lunar shop, then we'll be set. Like, honestly, best possible outcome for us, we find the lunar shrine. It's got Gesture of the Drowned, and it's got a clover. It's got a clover in the cauldron and a gesture on the shop floor. There's another lunar bud down there. And I might be able to get the egg. I got the egg! Okay. Nope, that is not Gesture of the Drowned. Honestly, Visions of Heresy might be a consideration for us, because we're really only using our jump as an ability tool. It does have damage on it, but it's hard to get that damage on things consistently. Ooh, more razor wire is nice. I don't know, just throw poison around. Yeah, here, kill another elite so we can throw more poison around. I wish. Okay, so there's still at least 2 more eggs for us to finish. This is a really odd set of spawns. I'm not finding, like, I've searched quite a few spawns, and I feel like I've found very few eggs. So maybe we got a double spawn over where that newt shrine can spawn down this way. Because I know that happens. Okay, neat. Okay, there is one, but no newt shrine, which is interesting. Oh! I must have missed one. Got it, because I did not recall that message showing up before. Alright, come here, you cream. I don't know. I tried to come up with a fun insult, but it's just a ball. It's kind of hard to come up with something funny called a ball. Whoop. Okay, yeah, no, hop me up, it's fine. Land on ya. Still got brain stocks. I think I got lucky on the tonic. Yeah, because we're definitely not under the tonic anymore. Oh, I should have kept up a little bit of damage just to get the bleeds going. Oh well. That's fine though. Okay, where is it? Over here. Ceremonial daggers, my only friend. It's so nice to see you. Well, I mean... Oh, I guess I should go downstairs. Like, there's green multi-shops and stuff. I shouldn't just leave. But usually I just leave after the alloy unit. Because the red is the important part. I feel like I should be talking more. But, I don't know. Talking all the time sounds like it might get a little annoying. Especially when I'm, like, rambling about a bunch of the same stuff. I don't know. I feel like I've been repeating myself a little bit. Because, I don't exactly remember any given episode too well. So I don't know exactly which topics of conversation I've already covered. I just gotta spam text. I love that that's a thing now. Like, you know, you used to get spam calls, but no one calls anymore. Like, anyone calls me, like, I literally don't pick up because it's a robot 98% of the time. The other 2% of the time that it's, like, a job that's calling me back or something, they can leave a damn voicemail. Because, like, if it's important, then you will. If it's not important, then it doesn't matter. But, like, I don't know. Now I'm getting spam texts. Like, thanks, Ajit Pai, for helping to reduce spam calls so much. Really glad you're putting in that effort. But, you know, whatever. Okay, is the new shrine up here? Because I know it can spawn up here. Interesting. I guess I don't know every lunar shrine spot, on this map. But, I definitely should go now. we activated a Shrine of the Mountains, so we're gonna get 2 bosses, but this area is fine to spawn multiple bosses in. It's fairly confined. Yep, Vagrant is spooky. But, we have Contagion, we have the Gamer Juice, we've got plenty of lines of sight to work with, so we should be totally fine in that regard. I think totally fine in that regard would be another thing to put on the list of drinking game phrases. That's another one I like to use when I'm trying to end a sentence that isn't really going anywhere. I don't know. Does this count as revealing trade secrets to tell you how I'm filling my commentary? I don't know. I'm just having fun on YouTube, really. It's, like I don't know, I guess I feel listened to. Like, it's weird. It's talking at a wall. But, you know, a wall can be pretty receptive, you know? It's like talking to a pet, too. Like, I have yet to, like, there are no consequences for saying things on this channel yet. And I'm not saying anything that I think would get me in too much trouble. Like, at least with kinds of people that I care about being in trouble with. Like, I don't know. Talking about insecurities on YouTube feels kind of not how you're supposed to do things, but I think it's important for people to know about, like, I don't know, it's important to normalize that sort of stuff. You know, talking about, like, mental health and troubles that you're having, and, like, just being able to communicate, you know? Communicate your feelings, or your beliefs, or whatever. Either way, looks like this is gonna be a long one, because, this is going to the final stage. I think I want to loop. Like, I don't think I want to just go straight to the boss anymore. I think I want to do 1 loopers. I think 1 loop is a nice solid place for a run to get. Oh my god, the yumps! The yumps are so strong. But yeah, getting that Visions of Heresy early on, and of course the brain stocks and all that, very, very, very important for us. Just being able to deal with enemies from a distance like this is very nice. I'm not even using the bite, so unfortunately, like, the bite, it's much better now, but it's really still hard to justify using over the poison spit, just because having that range is so important. So important. That drone before, or is that a new drone? I don't even know. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. You know, just for that, I'm going to specifically... Come here. I'll take you out. Eh. Yeah. Yeah! I hate these frickin' mushrooms, dude. If we can't find the Newt Shrine, then we go to the Artifact Temple. And I think I want to do Command. Like, I only have, like, 4 more artifacts to unlock, but none of their effects are fun, or something I can easily just breeze through, like getting the Artifact of Frailty on Loader. That was the easiest one to get, just because Loader doesn't take fall damage at all, and the Artifact of Frailty only interacts with fall damage, so... Key's nice. How many keys do we have now? 3. That means we've got a decent lockbox. I don't know how the scaling works on all that, but... Okay, let's get this big chest. 486, come on. Oh, come on. Hey, Shrine of Combat, okay. That'll do. Why are so few enemies spawning? It feels weird. We're in stage 5. Oh, okay, well, now I'm glad. Greater wisps are a bit spooky. Yeah, bleed changes. So good. Oh my god. Yeah, get this nerd out of here. Okay, yeah, now we have like 3,000 money, so we can afford the big chest. Oh, fungus. Well, you know what that means. And I guess we'll scrap our slug and our meat, too. God, I was kind of cutting it close there. Like, at this point in the run, getting hit by anything is a risk. So the slug is next. And then I'm gonna give it my spent Dios. And it breaks it, right? Yeah! So you can give it a gray, and it breaks the scrapper. Oh, I should have given it my, my hangover. I think I can do that. Yeah, get bit. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on. So I'm not stuck in melee range with you. Okay, yeah, I need to get crits. Okay. That, I don't know, that looks like a bug, honestly. Like, I thought it was an intended gameplay thing, but that looks kind of like a bug to me. Like it's trying to dispense a gray scrap that doesn't exist, or something. It should be intended. I think it's actually a very interesting trade-off to like trade a stack of gamer down to a scrapper in exchange for I mean, get rid of it in exchange for getting rid of the scrapper. You know, I think that's an interesting paradigm because it's a 5% stat down. So like each individual scrapper would only be giving you 5% of all of your stats, which I think is fine. Like I understand that the stat down is one of the most important balancing points of the Spinal Tonic, but I do think that only being able to remove one at a time will make it a lot more reasonable from a balance perspective. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. I think it would be an interesting choice to make. No. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. Well, that's fine. That was fine. Acrid's fun, dude. But unfortunately, I think this Ravenous Bite is just not gonna work out. And that's such a shame, because it's really fun. I don't know, maybe a bit of a damage boost? Like, I don't know. It felt like it wasn't doing that much damage. And considering it's only, like, what, 240 to 310? That's like 60% or something? 70%? Like, it's not that much bigger. It's like one blight tick bigger than Neurotoxin by default. And I understand that it does the extra damage when enemies get lower, but like, is it really worth it? Considering that the poison is a pretty big deal. Like, that's the primary reason you would use your secondary fire a lot of the time. I don't know. I don't really know how you could buff Bite, because the real problem with Bite is that you have to get in melee range. And getting in melee range is very, very risky when you're a character like Acrid with a pretty big hitbox and a fairly slow base movement speed and no iframes on any of your skills. So it can be really hard to justify going into melee range, and that's why Visions of Heresy is so good. You know, because you have two ranged skills, but they're not good at killing stuff on their own. They're kind of sluggish. So having that automatic damage is like so core for Acrid. But I don't know. I suppose you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments if you care. Speaking of that, if my gameplay and or commentary improved today, even just that little bit, you can use the avenues YouTube has given you to tell me that I'm doing a good job. That was the aforementioned comments section, the like button, and the subscribe button. Make sure to give your pets a little bit of extra love for me today, and I will see you next time.